All right, what is going on, everybody? Today we got the Ian Robb versus Jesse Parker show match, and today I'm joined by Isaiah Bradner off of a top 8 finish at the World Championships. What's up, Isaiah? How's it going? For anyone who doesn't know who you are, which is probably very few in the Pokemon community, go ahead, let people know. Also, where can they find you, stuff like that.
Yeah. So what's up, everyone? As Azul said, I'm Isaiah Bradner. Thank you so much for having me on today. I'm a player, been playing for about, I think it's 8 years now. Started my first event was in 2016, was in seniors for a little bit, been in masters for the past few years. Play a lot, do pretty well, lost a lot of finals, lost to Azul in the finals. And then, as Azul said, recently got top 8. So yeah, kind of brief summary of me. Follow me on Twitter at Isaiah Bradner. I'm going to stream a little bit. Twitch is Bradner Blastoise in the coming months. So go follow that. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I guess one more thing. You do coaching as well, right? Over on Medify?
I do, yes. On Medify, I do coaching. I have a class actually in about, I think it's like 4 days on Regidrago. So
Okay.
I know a lot about the deck, top aided with it. So if you want to learn Regidrago or anything else, you can find me on Medify. Opening should be up there soon.
Yeah. So everyone go check that out if you're interested preparing, especially for with Baltimore coming up. I mean, it's like going to be the last event, I guess, in this format. So if you're really trying to go hard at
Yeah.
Baltimore and Regidrago is your thing, go check that out. Okay, so today we've got Jesse Parker versus Ian Robb, a big what if matchup. And a lot of people were wanting to see this one. I was really curious to see it, so I wanted to put it together. As soon as the players actually reached out to me and were like, "Yo, Azul, would you be interested in hosting this?" I was like, "Yeah, of course, sure, let's do that. That sounds sick." So we got Miraidon here for Jesse, and I'm sure Jesse played up against probably multiple Regidragos, including
Yeah, he played a
yourself, right?
lot, like a lot. Yeah, he played me in round 8.
Yeah, and then we have Ian Robb. I don't know if Ian played against any Miraidons at at Worlds at all, but what is your take on this matchup? You've played against Jesse. I'm sure it's not a matchup you overly prepared for going into Worlds because Miraidon was definitely like a fringe deck. I feel like that's Miraidon like has consistently done that like this whole season. Like it keeps making a comeback. LAIC it made a comeback. I feel like even at NAIC it had a little bit of a comeback. Ian actually played Miraidon at NAIC. So what do you think about
Mhm.
this matchup going into it?
Yeah, I think this was kind of the biggest comeback from Rhydon, I think, because in earlier formats it always had the draw of like it always beat Gardevoir or in some and like Gardevoir is always a big deck, and so it had that kind of counter appeal. But for this tournament, Gardevoir is pretty bad, and so Rhydon was kind of down. I think the matchup is really close. It's probably the matchup I've tested the least of the good decks. Like I actually don't know whether you're supposed to go first or second because I've played 5 games against it, and all 5 were in the tournaments. I mean, I tested a little bit against Miraidon, but most of it was just finding out I didn't think Miraidon was a good enough deck. So I think it's pretty close. Jesse can be really aggressive. If Ian can respond and take knockouts, he can knock off Jesse's energy. I think a big thing in this matchup and why I ended up losing to Jesse was can Jesse save his Forest Sealstone? If Jesse can save Sealstone until the end of the game and have that on Raikou, it's really difficult for the Juggle player to win because you have to kill the Sealstone. But if you kill the Sealstone, then you open up their entire deck. You open up Fezandipity, a bench spot for Luminion, and it gets really difficult to win. So it's going to be a lot on how well Jesse draws early and if he can use a Seal Stone. And then also Ian can do some things with Kyurem, but gets a little awkward. So how much both players play into that. And then, as I said, the draws early game are, I think, going to dictate it.
Yeah, I think both players are going to be using their list from the World Championships, so the exact
Mhm.
60 they played there. Jesse opted to not play the Raichu, so theoretically, if you could get down to a board state of just Drago V Stars, I feel like that's when you could take over.
Yeah,
But
that's the plan, but it's really hard to do that. Like especially if I assume Jesse. I actually don't know what he would do here, but like Jesse's always going to target on you Drago with energy on the opening turns of the game. If you have one Prizer active, I kind of wonder what would happen if you had a two Prizer active. Like I wonder if you had your board was like Squawkabilly, I don't know, Teal Mask and double Drago V, and then you attacked with Squawk. I kind of wonder if Jesse would gust to Drago, being scared that you would go double evolve and taking away a win con, or if you would just knock out the Squawk. That was something that I was thinking about doing versus him. But yeah, getting to a board of all Dragos is like ideal, but Ian doesn't play Turo, I'm pretty sure, right? And so that's kind of the way you can do it. That's why I thought Davidson had a pretty good chance against Jesse, because Davidson can go Turo Ogerpon, V Star Turo Ogerpon, but then he like bricked and got ran over. So
yeah, those games were over pretty quickly. So yeah, let's go. I'm gonna go pull up the list here for everyone to take a look at. We can start with Jesse's list with the Miraidon.
yeah.
So I would say nothing too crazy. I actually really like Jesse's list. It's super straightforward, especially compared to some of the other Miraidon lists that like made day 2 at the World Championships. I really like what Jesse did with this. It's kind of reminiscent of Mike Gibbs' list from NAIC. It's pretty close to that, I feel like,
very
overall.
close to it. Yeah.
The big thing that always stands out to me when I looked at Mike Gibbs' list and then I look at this list is the lack of energy. Like no EXP share, no heavy baton. The tool that you're leaning on to get some kind of support out of is just like the lone bravery charm. Is like the one tool you're like, okay, this can maybe build me an advantage in some situations, some matchups, but super straightforward list, right?
Yeah, I actually like the EXP share. I had that in my Miraidon, but it's super straightforward. The only interesting thing, Jesse went down to 3 boss. Gibbs had 4, which, I mean, you don't need to play like that many boss in a game. It's usually like 1, maybe probably 2. But only having 3 means you're less likely to hit those first 2 boss. And you kind of want back-to-back boss to really have as many outs. But I mean, Prime Catcher can be one of them. So otherwise, everything pretty normal. Only 1 Bravery Charm can sometimes matter. If you attached it somewhere, then you can kind of cure them around it. Or if it ends up, going on like a Miraidon or something, maybe you can ignore that. So that's something to watch out for. But everything else, like you said, super straightforward. No hand disruption, which is usual out of Miraidon, but something that Ian can at least know going into the match. But super simple, good list. I mean, obviously he carried him to top 4. So yeah, should become the standard going forward, I assume.
Yeah, and then a deck you have a little bit more experience on, so you might have some more critiques for Ian's list here. Is the Regidrago, of course, and this is like his list is not super like there's nothing like too crazy. I mean, most people are playing this. I think the big choice that I saw from Regidrago players at the World Championships was Cleffa or no Cleffa. And we see Ian here,
yeah,
no Cleffa. I know you're a big fan of Cleffa.
Dude, the card is so broken. Yeah, it is really, really lame not to play Cleffa in your deck. I mean, it just changes. It makes your deck so many better in so many situations, right? Like your deck is really good going first, going second. Your deck is not as good. I mean, your opponent's going to be able to get off the first attack, put on a lot of pressure, and Cleffa gives you something really good to do on turn 1, where you can draw a bunch of extra cards and be able to respond. Also, you want to hold your V-Star in like a good amount of games, and if you don't have Cleffa, sometimes if you miss an attack, like you just pass. Like that happens a reasonable amount of games in like Mirror or Charizard. And Cleffa gives you like such a good thing to do where you go into a 1 prizer, it allows you to replenish your resources. So might hurt him in this matchup. I mean, it can be really good to retreat into the Cleffa. Your opponent doesn't want to use Iron Hands. I mean, they can, but they'd rather leave their energy on something they can attack every turn. So could hurt him in this matchup, but obviously I love Cleffa. It's a little spiel, but please put it in your deck. I don't know the percent that played it at Worlds, but it should have been a lot higher.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about going first, going second with that in mind. I believe in the Michael Davidson versus Jesse matchup, I think Jesse was choosing second at the World Championships in this matchup.
Yeah.
What did you do against him in your set?
I chose second, but I don't know if that was right.
So it's close.
Like I had only played 1 more Miraidon. Yeah, I played 1 Miraidon. He chose second game 1, and then I chose second games 2 and 3. Or no, sorry, that doesn't. He chose second game 1. I chose second game 2. He chose second game 3, and then I chose second both games against Jesse. But the more that I play, the more I think going first is kind of okay. Like it's not that difficult for Miraidon to get turn 1 Prime Catcher kill on Drago, but it's pretty difficult for them to get it without burning their V-Star. And I feel like if they burn their V-Star, I feel like you're in a pretty good spot. There's a lot that you can do if they don't have Seal Stone. So my initial instinct on the matchup was going second, but I kind of don't like giving them an extra turn to draw cards fleet-footed, just one more like attachment. It makes it a lot easier for them to capitalize on any start that I have. I think my best chance to win the matchup might be going first, hope to get down double Drago V on turn 1, or at least like the Drago V attached to Radzard, and then kind of try to coast from there. But I'm not sure. It just didn't really work for me when I went second, so maybe it's better to go first. Like that's what I was thinking about. I don't know what your thoughts are, but he was choosing second, and he's played a little out of the matchup. So I mean, maybe second is best because like deferring to Jesse is probably what I would do here.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it is one of those matchups, kind of like almost like anything up against Charizard. It's like Charizard could have the nuts when they go first, but they almost never do. So going second against them usually feels stronger. I feel like that's like a pretty similar comparison. It feels close for sure. It's definitely a matchup I have no experience in, or I think I maybe hit a couple Dragos on ladder when I was playing Miraidon. But besides that, no super try hard testing experience. And that's gonna be like that is where like missing the Cleffa is gonna be interesting. So like if you go second as Drago, you probably still want to push a 1 prizer, and Ian will still have options for that, right? Has Hawlucha, Radzard, and even the Kyurem, so could push something up there. if he's choosing second. I mean,
Yeah.
he might end up going second. If both players have come around and are choosing to go first, which will be interesting, then that'll be like a little bit harder to pull off, right? Because not only do you want to get a Drago established, but you also need to get a one prizer into the active going first. That's a little bit hard to do. It feels like you're more often than not kind of sacrificing a two prizer, whatever one you start with, because you're more likely to start that two prizer anyways.
True. Yeah. I mean, not having Cleffa definitely makes going second a lot scarier because, like you said, I mean, if you go second and then leave a two prizer active, like it is just horrible. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what Ian chooses whenever Ian gets a chance. Assuming he gets a chance, maybe he'll just sweep. But assuming he gets a chance, it'll be interesting to see if he chooses first or second. Because, like you said, you can retreat into one prizer. But the thing about Cleffa is, a lot of times after research, like you have to kind of extend to get that one prize Pokemon. Like you have to play your hand down to like a pretty low hand size. You don't have any resources left. Cleffa lets you draw it up, but without that, it gets a lot harder. I mean, you can put Radzard in the active, Howlucha, but they're not amazing. So
yeah,
interesting things in this matchup should be good. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, another thing with pushing that one prizer is if the Miraidon player, they can just pass, right? They don't have to KO that one prize Pokemon.
True.
If they don't want to extend into the hands, or it would be at a cost of like attacking with a Raikou or the Miraidon, they could just like pass for a turn and force you to have that extra switch card, and then ideally Gust card on the Miraidon as well, because you want to be KOing two prizer if the Miraidon player pushes one prizer. But yeah, our players are ready.
Definitely.
So we're getting into it.
Let's go.
We'll see who wins the
prediction. Azul, thoughts?
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't really do a prediction. I don't even know. I'm gonna go Ian in game 5, I think.
Okay. I'll take Jesse in 5 just to make it interesting, because I don't know either. But he was smashing them during the tournament, so let's keep it going. Okay, so Jesse chose second. He did choose second, so I'm quick to know he chose second. So. Oh no! Oh no!
So we are going to start off. Ian is going to go first. And honestly, this hand going first or second is not great. It doesn't really matter.
But man, okay. And Jesse's hand is insane.
Yeah. So the Kyurem top deck. Oh, I thought we would maybe see the Kyurem bench push, but just being like, all right, I hope you have nothing, is kind of the choice
come
here.
on. I don't even know if this hand could be better. Like, this hand is, I mean, it probably could be better somehow, but this hand is crazy.
Yeah, definitely solid here, right, from Jesse. The question would just be like, do you want to avoid putting Lumineon in play? But I think we'll probably see Lumineon hit the board here to probably go for the Nest Ball for the Squawk ability. I guess you could commit the Force Seal Stone to get the Squawk ability. Oh, so we already have one in the active. That's right. Yeah,
we started the Squawk, yeah.
Okay, it's better than I thought. So it is just going to be...
I think...
Miraidon grab. Maybe we'll see the... tandem unit come out here to get the Raikou at the very least. I guess you'd probably want to commit to that because you have the Force Seal Stone in hand, right? The question would be, do you get another Lightning Pokemon?
I definitely think so. Also, I think the question is kind of what you want to knock out this turn. I mean, you're probably knocking out the Mew. I think you're almost certainly knocking out the Mew, unless you're putting to Retaliate with Radiant Charizard, but that's probably fine. If they do that, then you're just in a 2/2 prize race, and your deck's kind of built to do that. So, I mean, that means they mentioned Teal Mass. So, yeah, here comes the unit, Raikou. I don't think we'll get anything else. Oh, nope, he's going for the Miraidon. Okay.
Yeah, so loading for the second Miraidon. I guess that makes sense if you're planning to attack with the Miraidon this turn. I guess that's kind of...
Yeah.
So you want to have that backup to go. But yeah, it's looking... I mean, yeah, probably KOing the Mew makes the most sense. You don't know Ian's hand is dead for sure. Like, Ian could have a Research or an Iono in that hand, right? But Ian would still need a lot from basically establishing nothing on that first turn to get to the Radzard knockout. So I feel like just going for the Mew knockout probably makes the most sense. But we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. And this makes sense too. If we're benching Lumineon for Arven, which I think we should, then we don't need the Raikou down. We can seal some Lumineon. It doesn't hurt us at all to have it on the board.
Yeah, true.
At least not too much. So.
Yeah, I guess this does make more sense. Yeah, the way this, I guess like the only thing that this kind of feels unfortunate is you'd like to draw a Squawk ability first to try and hit generators before you Arven for generators, right? So it's the only thing you're missing out on here, but you do want to guarantee the Arven for turn.
Yeah, I think it's just okay. Only one. That's nice. Yeah, it is. It would be nice to draw before, but I think it's just too good to guarantee. Like, your turn is so good. I'm not sure about taking this Bravery Charm. I mean, it thins one card out of our deck, but I don't know. I feel like if we end up somehow missing here, then we have a lot of really low HP Pokemon on board, especially because the Charm went on them. I mean, it has to go on the Miraidon, I guess, but I don't know.
Ooh, the generator hit there is big. There's also a generator prized. Yeah, I mean, on the Miraidon makes sense, though, right? Because it plays around the Radzard response.
True. I'm not sure that. Yeah, okay, double. Okay, I don't know if we're ever losing to our Miraidon dying. I guess that might be like the best way that we're losing, but I guess with the generator prized.
Yep, here comes that first attack.
I'm just really scared about it.
Did have the Prime as well, so could have chased that Radzard, but choosing to go after the Mew here.
And the crazy thing is, we have Sealstone left. We didn't
Yeah.
even have to use Sealstone. So our Sealstone Lumineon is chilling, and Ian's hand is terrible. I mean, if Ian top decks an Iono, the game is not over. You get an Iono kill with Teal Mask,
See,
but
oof,
okay, yeah,
not
not looking
quite.
great.
And yeah, Sealstone's in play. So this one should be about wrapped up. I don't know if the second switch cart's in the deck, but there's definitely at least one more generator in the deck. So that would lead to just needing one energy hit off that, which is pretty likely. You decide in between the grass and the fires. I like the fire take here, I guess. It probably won't matter. Shouldn't matter, but yeah, the fire take here.
Yeah,
Keep the grasses for the
taking
ponds.
fire is good. Yeah, if you top deck Iono, you can go for the Ogre Ponds. I mean, I'm not. Oh, how can you? I mean, I don't even know how Ian came back in this situation. I mean, you obviously bench. I mean, maybe you no, you have to bench Curon because surely he has a switch card or a generator left, and you lose to that.
Yeah.
And then you attach to the active and pray. I mean, this Radzard's gonna die, so I'm not sure.
Do you ever consider attaching to the bench because of that?
To
I
cure
guess
him, so you can retreat into Radzard if you get like stretcher back Radzard attached.
it also builds up for
I mean, maybe.
an E-switch later, right? Like you'd be able to E-switch it off to
Sure.
a Drago or even the Radzard, yeah, if you can recover that. And Ian does play Stretcher and Super Rod, so
He does. He has options. Yeah, I think he's gonna go for the bench. Yes, I mean it seems fine. It's like best play in a terrible situation.
yeah, it all feels bad.
All right.
All right, so just the question is just how is Jesse going to take the knockout here, I guess, more so than anything? Probably through switch card if it is in the deck, I would assume.
Yeah, it's also kind of big. He doesn't have an energy attachment here. Like if this generator misses, generating. Okay, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Is he not playing this Arvin?
That's what I thought for a second as well.
Wait, I'm confused.
I guess.
Okay, did he wait? What would have changed? Like?
If you hit one energy.
Oh, is he retreat? I guess he's retreating here instead of playing the switch card.
I don't hate that. I guess if you because of the energy hit. The Bravery Charm matters. You don't need the active one doesn't need the Bravery Charm. Or you're less scared of the Radzard recovery because you are knocking it out this turn. So you get to preserve your switch card. And probably should establish some more draw power here. And he's going for the Mew. It looks the other choice would be Greninja, but Greninja's less reliable. Oh, or the Iron Bundle. Is it going to be a Prime Catcher Iron Bundle play here? Using your Prime here. Oh yeah, using your Prime here feels a little bit weird.
That seems terrible. I'm not rocking with using the Prime here. I mean, maybe, yeah, surely it's a retreat, right?
Okay. Oh, I guess the bundle is here just to push around Kyurem. Like if you get Iono next turn, you have the bundle to kind of lean on.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I'm a big fan of not using the cart here. I guess it's okay. It gives you another Arvin out to attack, but I kind of like having the Miraidon loaded up on the bench. It's probably not going to matter, but we have all of our generators down, so we have no way to Arvin for energy. So we might have to Sealstone for an energy next turn if Ian somehow pulled off a miraculous attack, which is possible. Okay, never mind. But yeah, this game's over. But I don't know. It seemed like it might have been a little bit more risky to have only 2 energy in the bench guy. I mean, we have Pheasant Dip, and he probably would have hit that anyways. But regardless, Jesse takes a pretty easy game 1. Yeah, not too much that went on there.
Yeah, a little bit of a dead draw there from Ian. We will get that answer to the question here pretty early on, though. Will Ian choose first or second? We know Jesse's committed to choosing second. I mean, there's no mystery behind what these players are playing. Both players know exactly what the other one's playing. So, yeah, the question at this point is just, what will Ian choose now? I'm going to guess second.
Yeah.
Obviously, wouldn't have saved him in game 1 still. The hand was that bad.
I also assume second. I mean, like I said, first has some benefits, but I haven't tried it out, so I would assume second. And let's see. Jesse is choosing. Okay, yeah, so Ian did choose second, so Jesse's going first.
Okay, all right. So hopefully we'll be able to see Ian through going second, and this is one of those hands where going first feels pretty bad. Would have felt a little bit worse.
Going second at least helps him out. Yeah, we got some. We have a mulligan for Jesse as well, so Ian's going to be able to start off his turn 1. And it's also going to be interesting what Ian does on his first turn. We kind of know what Jesse's going to do. Oh, wow, all right. Things might be turning around for Ian.
All right.
This hand from Jesse is nothing to be excited about.
Ursaluna start. I think so. There we go. Yeah, Ursaluna start obviously going to be. It's just so terrible because you have to move it. You have to go out of your way to get the switch card. The rest of your board doesn't work on it, and then it's kind of eating up a bench space. You kind of want to like put Ursaluna in play the turn you're using it at the end of the game, because you want to have room for Mew, Dippity, Greninja, like the possibility of getting all those in play on turns. Like obviously early game you want to like have some be a little bit wary about the potential back-to-back Kyurem lines. But sometimes at a certain point, you can be like, okay, that's not possible or isn't enough to win them the game, so I can just commit. But
Yeah.
hey,
Also, if you use it, you have to use a switch card to prime to move this, and then it can get stuck in the active later in the game. Like it's pretty reasonable that you can go, Iono, prime catcher, kill it if you're behind as the Drago player. So just obviously a terrible stutter. And also having to discard a boss this turn is not great. Like I mentioned, Jesse only has 3, and so he might need to play. Like it's pretty reasonable, depending on Ian's turn 1, that he needs to play all 3. Wait, did he press all of his Iron Hands?
are they not there?
Wait, it might have just not gone green because he did not select them, but
Definitely something that is
I don't know.
not
But
a big worry in this one, though, right? You don't need the
yeah, I
hands.
mean, if Ian goes for a 1 prizer, it could
That's true.
like because he only has 2 boss left, he has to go boss prime catcher to win the game, so it could be difficult.
Yeah, actually,
Unless we're
that.
not squawk. Yeah, they are gone. They are prized.
Yeah, I was gonna question the second Miraidon take here because if you do, yeah, like you mentioned, if you do try and push hands as your first attacker, you don't really want 2 Miraidon in play, depending on like what you want your bench
Yeah.
to become. But I guess because they're just prized, it's fine to commit to that second Miraidon here. You know the route you're going to be looking to go down.
Yeah. So I mean, this is definitely a good situation for Ian just on Jesse's turn 1. Okay, and then this hand's pretty strong.
Yeah,
Or at
would
least
you?
It's, actually, it's not strong, but it's like okay.
Would you commit? Honestly, switch cart into Raikou to get the extra draw here does not seem terrible. That's almost what I'm thinking.
I think Jesse's gonna do it, but I don't know.
Definitely
Oh.
footed seems pretty decent there, to be honest. That +1 doesn't seem terrible. But
Yeah,
I guess
hand's pretty.
it would mean you would need one more +1 card on your next turn, I guess. Overall, is it probably going to be like a Force Seal Stone for research next turn? I was gonna question: do you commit the switch card immediately, or are you scared of your Ursaluna getting brought back up immediately on the next turn by like a prime?
Honestly, I'm a little bit scared. I think I'm more scared that we might have to prime catcher this next turn. Like our hand is not working with a boss, and so I kind of would have been down to switch card into Raikou, get +2 draws, and go for a plan of prime catcher next turn to lead us into an attack. Because if we Seal Stone for research, like if we play prime catcher after that, we only have 1 more switch card. This Ursaluna could definitely be brought up twice, and that would not be great.
So what do we look for here as Ian? Is this where you think you just like start committing energy to the Radzard, like to make that a threat as soon as possible?
I think it's prized unless it's in hand.
It's in hand. The Radzard's in hand. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, okay. I think so. I mean, especially your opponent has no Iron Hands down, right? I mean, not that doesn't really matter against the Radzard, but they can't go for it on the Kyurem. So I think so. If your opponent takes a 2 prize knockout here, you go right into the Radzard. Although Radzard isn't as good in this matchup, like it's really good against Bolt, but it doesn't matter in this matchup because they can't one-shot your Drago. And so like sometimes you can just like place down 2 Drago and attack with 1, and that's like good enough to end the game. Because like it doesn't matter if it's in the active, you're winning the game anyways, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Ian's
all
getting
that said,
super aggressive
ahead.
here. Immediately goes for the squawk. Doesn't even check research before like. So this feels like a motivate turn. It feels like Ian's committing to motivate here. Because the squawk really feels super
I really
aggressive.
do not like motivating here if Ian's going to go for motivate. Like benching Squawk is fine, but I think you should certainly attach to Radzard like you were saying. I mean, if you attach to Radzard, you guarantee it stays alive for the next turn. And then like we were talking about, I mean, you guarantee that Jesse has to go, assuming we can find a 1 prizer here, which is, I mean, we have 13 cards. Jesse has to go prime boss in 3 turns with a 3-card hand this turn, which is not that easy while you're going to kill them right on next turn. At least I guess you might not be able to kill it through Bravery Charm, so maybe you have to gust around it. But I still think that I do not like giving Jesse 2 prize cards.
Yeah.
I guess he's but I mean this is committing to motivate. Researching the energy is committing to motivate this turn.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I got a little scared there. We didn't hit an energy, but we still have motivate, so we're still probably gonna get there.
we have Squawk. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Ian immediately doesn't even check the research, commits to the motivate. I do feel like it's not a terrible route to take, but like you said, because of Jesse's slower start, it feels like maybe going down to the retreat to Radzard or like get Hawlucha, retreat to Hawlucha or something like that maybe would have been a little bit stronger.
Yeah, I mean taking this Squawk is fine. I just think we should have not been playing for motivate this turn. Like I don't like using the motivate this turn. I imagine he's gonna motivate to Radzard maybe. I mean maybe he goes to Drago. I guess it probably goes to Drago actually, but we're kind of in a rough spot if the Drago dies. Also, I'm not sure why. Is there a reason why Ian discarded Temple? I'm not sure why he did that. Is there any?
What was
is there
the other?
any reason why he?
What was the other option?
He just squawked it.
Oh, he didn't play it. I guess just because it does not matter, right? It just won't matter.
Jesse has a DTE, right? So like it could.
Oh, true. No, you are right. Yeah, Jesse has a couple DTEs. That definitely could matter then, actually.
Might be 1 or if it's 2. Okay, it is 2. Okay, so I mean this could matter on Ursaluna. I'm not sure. I was I was confused. I thought maybe there's not a special energy in Ian's deck, because there's not another stadium, so there's no way he would want to play it. I mean, there's no vacuum in Jesse's deck. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing here is Ian did commit the second Ogre Pawn down, and we talked about this like pre the match. Like you could get to a board state of like Drago, Radzard after Billion or something, and only have one pawn in play. But now there's 2 pawns in play, so Jesse can go KO Squawk, Gust Pawn, Gust Pawn. So it doesn't even need to prime this turn now, right? Doesn't even need a Gust.
Well, okay, this is kind of awkward because we have no way to attack with this Raikou because we don't have a way to get Generator. And if we go into we can Seal Stone and then I'm an idiot.
Yeah. But what do we commit to?
This is looking pretty bad.
Do we go for the research or do we go for 1 Generator?
Oh,
the Arven is interesting.
Arven does nothing else. I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, would you rather use the? I guess thinning out the Arven would be the question. But I feel like the research feels better to me. You're likely gonna find 1 Generator off research plus potentially Greninja.
I agree. I mean, I feel like if we Arven here, our hand is just so terrible. Like, Ian's probably not going to Iono us. We didn't use our Seal Stone. I mean, we used our Seal Stone, so our hand can't be great. Like, using Seal Stone into instant Arven is just showing that we had nothing in hand before Arven, right? So,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't love it. I would have rather gone for the research and pray that we hit a Generator. We only need 1 energy to be in a good spot.
Yeah,
and we had at least 2 in deck.
There was 4 Generator in the deck. The possibility of Greninja draw. Oh!
Oh no way!
At least give him 1.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, I can't. Ian is just getting so rewarded here. Like, this game is just over. Like, now that maybe Ian knew the future and did not care. Like, he knew that this Squawk was not getting knocked out. This is the most powerful Squawk of all time. He was a survivor against all odds. Oh my god! Wow. Okay.
That is pretty insane. I guess a big thing actually to think about for where the board state was. Maybe Ian was okay with being super aggressive because it could just be a back-to-back Kyurem line, I guess, on Ian's side. The Bravery Charm does throw kind of a wrench in that because you can protect one of the Miraidons.
It's pretty hard. I mean, so does one of the switch cards, right? I mean, it's pretty hard to double Kyurem whenever your opponent hasn't like pushed a lot of resources. This like a switch card can save the Miraidon, a Bravery Charm can save either of the Miraidons. So I don't know, but there we go.
It's a pretty big whiff.
Oh my gosh! Wow, Ian's hand is horrible.
It's bad, yeah. I think that's maybe one of the reasons Ian went for the second Ogre Pawn that last turn, was just to try and up the potential of the drawing. And
so do we have Hawlucha?
Oh, that's true.
Hawlucha still left? Do we ever go for the attack? I mean, that seems pretty bad, right?
I mean, yeah, you could attack with Drago here, right? And then it would set up. And you don't know for sure, but you're assuming Jesse probably doesn't have like Arven for switch card in hand.
Wait, why did we not Teal Dance with the one with an energy? Couldn't we have done that? Like, somehow there could be 2-on-1 Ogre Pawn, right? Or did we double Teal Dance this turn? Like, couldn't we have killed this active with an Ogre Pawn?
I think you're right. Yes. Yeah. Ian could have.
I'm pretty sure yeah, and that seems pretty good. We can kill with Ogre Pawn attached to a Radzard or Drago, but now we're just passing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because we could have just put this 1 energy on the Ogre Pawn that has energy, and then
retreat, switched off the Drago, attached to it, and then we are like winning the game.
Or even just attach E-Switch would have worked as well, or E-Switch because saving switch might not be. You still have Legacy Star. So you could have conserved that extra energy in play. But yeah, one way or another, like that would have been fine. And then you have double threats, right? The Ogre Pawn with 3 energies a threat, the Drago with 2 energies a threat. This Dragon Laser can be cleaned up later with Hawlucha, but
you can. I mean, that's what we're praying for. The problem is we have a Nest Ball, which is nice for Fezandipity. Like, our hand is terrible, but if we draw with Fez, we're not getting Hawlucha, and by that time, that's a switch card. If we want to go for the switch card, and
probably do.
I don't
know.
I'm kind of down. I'm just down to take the switch card here. Like, top taking his Arven makes getting the Arven last turn pretty bad. Maybe, but I agree. I think we just go for switch card. Ian has Hawlucha in deck, I'm pretty sure. So, we're going for draw. I guess he's just saying Ian's hand is bad.
Yeah, which I guess isn't terrible. Like, there's no Ultra Ball in the hand here for Ian, right? Because Ian probably would have played that last turn.
But it would have to be the raw Hawlucha. Definitely play last turn. Yeah, I assume so.
So yeah,
and even if he Ultra Balls for Hawlucha, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you're hoping there's more. Oh, maybe even just actually just going for Generator potentially, just trying to get energy in play. I feel like we could take a turn off energy here though and go for like the Mew maybe just to draw cards.
Yeah, I agree.
But Jesse is pretty close to just like Gust from here. Ooh, only 1.
Okay, got 1. Is this not Raikou?
That's what I was thinking as well. I guess you could split it, but you may as well commit double to Raikou because you're looking for the Billy KO anyways.
I agree. I mean, maybe he's thinking that Teal Mask is going to respond kill this, and so maybe he's thinking it's going to be Teal Mask plus Hawlucha, so it'll save him a gust to do this. But I definitely like. I don't know. I would put at least one on the Raikou. At least that's what I would think.
Yeah. All right. So the Hawlucha play
Okay, 30 on
is
that guy.
Hawlucha play is
It's
available
live.
here. Yeah.
It's like pretty good the rest of the game. I mean, like we have to retreat into the squawks. We have to lose an energy to the Hawlucha play, and our hand is still terrible. We have no Mew, no nothing down. I don't know. Jesse knows his prize cards probably. I have no clue what's in there. So maybe, I mean, well, I know 2 Iron Hands are in there,
Yeah.
but I don't know what else is in there. So maybe there's Ultra Balls or Nest Balls for drawing cards. Okay, there's an Ultra Ball. At least that was one of the prize cards. So we got there.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna mention was maybe preserving that Forest Seal Stone in hand if there is an Ultra Ball prize, or if we top deck an Ultra Ball, have more fodder for that. Because Ian, if Ian draws into Iono, nothing else, he'll play it. But he doesn't want to play Iono here because he knows you're living off your top deck, basically.
I also think it's our last tool, which could come up. Like sometimes you want to Arven for a tool. I mean, it seems pretty likely that we would Arven for a tool before not. So maybe it was better to say that. I would agree. Okay, let's see if Ian gets anything. Oh, okay. We have the Fez. Oh, never mind. We don't have Fez. Oh, we squawked it. Sorry, we squawked it. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone in chat said that Hawlucha's in the discard pile, which it might be. I thought it was in the deck, but we could still get there eventually. Ian or Jesse will have to draw prize cards at some point. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, we are back in this game. We are we're in a. Oh my gosh! What a crazy game. Okay, this Drago cannot die. So Ian's in a pretty good spot. Prime Catcher in discard is not great. I don't know how many boss are in Ian's discard pile. He only plays 2.
And he does need.
Oh wait, there's one. There's one.
Yeah, he does. Oh, he doesn't need. Does he need E-Switch here? He doesn't need E-Switch, right?
He does because the Drago with all the energy got knocked out.
Oh, yeah, we did attach return this turn. Okay. I thought we could just attach return here. And then.
Oh, the boss is in hand. Okay, so we cannot play research this turn.
Yeah. Do you go for the Hawlucha? Do you just grab Hawlucha here to threaten the Squawk?
Oh. Okay.
Oh wait, hold up. You have Dragapult this turn. We can Dragapult clean up Squawk, right? Is that the?
Yeah, but it's the same thing because the switch card. I mean, it's like fine, but the switch card on the active takes away the active getting knocked out, right? Because it goes to 230.
But we can prime KO.
I guess Hawlucha the next turn.
Yeah, because we can prime KO Raikou and Squawk this turn with the Drago, right? Oh wait, but that's a hard retreat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, okay. I'm down. We're gonna boss, right? Safe prime.
Oh, that's true. We haven't played a supporter yet.
Yeah. So I think Ian just wins, right? He can. Oh. Wait, what?
I guess you.
Okay, wait, hold on. I was down to boss kill Raikou and kill Raikou and Squawk, and then we win the game next turn with this prime guaranteed, right?
Yeah. That's what I was looking at as well. You definitely need to.
I think we can lose to our Miraidon being switch carded now, because we have to find a stretcher for the Hawlucha. Unless I'm wrong on the math, right? The act is going to it'll have 40 HP remaining. It'll go to 70 HP with the cart.
Can we get like I guess there is a possibility for a 4 prize turn next turn. I guess
there is if you gust around the active, but surely killing the Raikou and the Squawk was checkmate, right? I mean, if Dragapult was in the discard pile, which it was, we used it. And as long as Tina's in there, even if Tina's not in there, you can go kill Raikou 1 on Squawk, 5 on Miraidon. Jesse only has 1 cart left. You guaranteed to have prime in hand for game.
Yeah. Is it possible to lose from this situation though? Like cart. Yeah, cart would put it out of range, right?
Cart's it. Yeah. Cart means that Ian loses unless he finds Hawlucha. Well, I mean, he needs cart. He needs a lot. Like he needs cart boss, but
yeah, true.
Definitely it's possible to lose.
Yeah, you would need cart gust. Someone in chat mentioned denying Fez, which I guess that is a good reason.
It doesn't matter if you deny Fez because you have checkmate. Like I don't think that's
true. That's true. Yeah,
reason,
yeah,
right?
that's true.
You guarantee you know Jesse's list. Unless I'm missing something, you 100% win the game.
Knockout,
if you go boss double kill.
5. Yeah, I think you're right. That would have been game or 4. Oh no, it would have been 5. It would have been 5. 5 on the bench. Yeah.
And if we have Tina in discard, it's even more. But I don't know. But even without Tina, we have game. Okay, so Jesse here needs to at least gust, I think. Although, if you Jesse can just attack the active here.
Yeah,
that's not great though. I mean, we need to play cart, right? Because or at least attack with our active Miraidon, or else we lose the game.
Yeah, we need cart. Yeah, we need cart. So we have to get cart. You could go Luminion for Arven, but that seems a little weak. So I think it has to be like a Mew angle here.
Wait, are we Luminion for research?
Oh, I don't hate that actually. You are still hoping to draw into it, but you do need like some kind of more follow up anyways, right?
Yeah, I mean Mew is probably not enough cards, I think. Although
Yeah.
I'm not sure why we Ultra Ball 2 of our energies. I thought we were gonna attach one. I don't think we attach one yet this turn.
No, we
So
haven't.
he wants his nest ball for something.
I think Jesse was
But I'm not sure what.
on the same wavelength I was about going with the Mew, but then realized, okay, maybe I should just commit to Lumineon for research here instead.
Well, if you Mew, I think you still Ultra Ball with a nest ball though, right? You just take Mew off this Ultra Ball. Like I think we just lost ourselves an attachment.
Oh,
I'm
true.
not
Yeah, I
sure
guess we may as well. Well, I guess the argument would just be for follow-up Mew draws. If you assume you're drawing an energy off of the Mew, or the chance is so likely that your next draw you want to increase your odds of your next draw being more by being able to attach the energy that you see off this Mew. Would be the only reason.
I guess I don't know about that. That seems kind of sus. Let's see though.
No switch card.
All right, and the energy. Yeah. So this is not game over though, right? I mean, we can attack with the active. Oh, I guess he has prime catcher in hand. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
we
game
know
over.
about the
Maybe I'm
prime.
trolling. I think it's game over. Yeah, 5-3. Yeah, okay. I think it's game over.
Yeah,
Unless Jesse can do something I'm not thinking about. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Jesse's fully going. You could trap Radzard.
It's
No.
prime catcher. It's prime catcher.
We know it's prime. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Evens
Okay.
up.
Oh wow! What a game.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was an interesting early choice from Ian. Aggressive with the squawk ability for the motivate, especially like before even seeing what he got off research was interesting because we could have pushed one prizer instead. And then I think based on the hand he drew, I don't know if he wanted to commit the second Ogre Pawn, because if you don't commit the second Ogre Pawn and your squawk ability goes down and you go Drago, then there's not two prizes on play to be taken advantage of anymore.
And Jesse's already down at boss, right? So he's probably not. I mean, he doesn't want to waste prime, and then it's going to be harder for him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly.
I agree. I'm not sure why that Ogre Pawn got benched. There are a lot of questions that game from Ian. Maybe he can answer them. But I was confused. Yeah, the Ogre Pawn, not why we didn't kill with Ogre Pawn. I mean, it ended up not working out, like to deny Fez, not take prize cards that turn. But I would have been down just to take the kill. And then maybe he was scared of. Maybe he realized something I didn't about going for the boss Dragapults. But
yeah, definitely. All right, game 3. We are doing best of 5 for anyone who just tuned in. We are doing best of 5. I know if they had actually played at Worlds, it would have been best of 3, obviously. But when you can do a best of 5,
wait, hold on.
Why not?
We have some comments from the players.
Go ahead.
So Jesse says, I misplayed. I should have grabbed Switch Cart with Lumineon and hit the active. And then he says, but I was probably going to lose even if I did that. And then Ian says, I brain farted by not putting out Temple.
Yeah, I don't think the Temple would have mattered.
No, it wouldn't.
But
It wouldn't have mattered at all.
You may as well put it out
would
there.
have. It would have given Jesse 20 damage because he attached
Yeah.
a double turbo to his squawk ability. So, all right, Ian's hand is pretty good for going first. But on Jesse's switch card play, maybe I don't know, I feel like his best bet was to either research or Mew and try to high roll, but did not happen. So.
Yeah, seems reasonable. So yeah, for Ian here, it feels like it has to probably be a squawk ability as long as it's not prized.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're going to the Ultra Balls now. Probably going to play both of these. One for Billy, one for Drago? Or would you go Radzard attach?
No, I'm down to go for Drago here, I think. Yeah, I'm down to go for Drago. I think it's pretty reasonable that you hit double E-switch Radzard on the next turn. I mean, you're drawing a lot of cards. You have Fez, so it's like not that difficult to do, especially if you can bench it. Or I guess Mew's prize, so benching Mew would be kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, if you bench this Drago and attach to it, you put Jesse on a clock if he has to kill the Drago. I mean, I guess that's not true. If he kills the Teal Mask, then we have to bench another one to attack. So not as big a deal. But I definitely do like putting the Drago down. It can respond, kill him right on, even with the charm.
And then do you think we should try and, if we get some more Pokemon Search to work with, should we get that one prizer and push it to the active? Force the hands?
We should. The problem is it's really hard. There's a bundle in the active, so like Jesse doesn't even have to find the bundle. It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Of course, it's ideal to go for the one prizer, but okay, yeah. I mean, maybe the best play is just taking Radzard there and slamming the fire, and then if you draw another one prizer off Squawk, which it's pretty reasonable too, then you can retreat into that. You already have Radzard fire on board. I don't know. Okay, we did hit the Radzard, but this hand is okay, not amazing.
Now our lone Drago is in trouble or in danger. I guess
he's going down.
We could get the Radzard follow-up. That is possible. And we got like the Dippity in hand already. So a lot of cards could be seen next turn. Research plus Dippity.
Yeah, it's not that hard to Radzard follow up. A big problem might be that Ian drew into research and not any way to Iono. Having Iono next turn is pretty big if your Drago does indeed die, because you really want to reduce Jesse's hand size after they take a knockout. So I would actually kind of be down for an E switch here onto this Radzard, because like here is Jesse. Killing the Drago is good, but it's not that good, right? Like honestly, killing the active and saving Prime seems better to me. And then if you do that, then Ian's gonna have to research this E switch. So
yeah, that's
we'll see what
true.
happens. But I think I would have liked the E switch maybe.
Yeah, I think based on I think you're right. Based on Ian's board, it's best for Jesse to not overextend and just KO the active here. Because then if Ian wants to attack next turn, at least one more Ogre Pawn has to come into play. And if Ian wants to attack with the Radzard, 2 Ogre Pawns have to come into play.
Well, technically one you can E-switch off the Reggie Drago, but
true. I guess you could move that one as well. I guess that would give some life to the E-switch in Ian's hand then.
I guess that's true if we want to attack with the Radzard, sure.
Yeah, but another Ogre Pawn would have to come down, which means Jesse can go KO Pawn, KO Squawk, KO Pawn.
Yeah.
Or some form of that. So this would also this means Jesse doesn't like this turn. Like if there's 2 Ogre Pawns in play, then extending for the Drago seems a little bit better. But for the current board state, this means Jesse can kind of sit on the Prime Catcher, right? Doesn't need to overextend it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so now in Jesse's hand, what is he going to do this turn? So we have Arven. We're going for a tandem unit. Does he want debating the second Miraidon? I think it seems fine.
Yeah, debating the Raikou there seemed like for a second. But yeah, I think you may as well just grab the Squawk. If we're not going to have the active with the Miraidon, yeah, you kind of just want that second Miraidon in play, I guess, because you're going to need it later.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. And it's kind of annoying to try to have to find it.
I guess Ursaluna.
I guess we get Ursaluna.
Yeah. So it could be like a Miraidon Raikou Ursaluna line, which gives you one more bench space for like Mew and Dippity and Greninja when you know you can fully commit to the to just benching everything.
Although I think we have enough. I guess we can't pop this bundle like ever because of this Radzard on the board. So maybe we cannot. We can't get rid of it.
We can pop it the turn we boss or Prime, right? That would be
sure. Yeah. If we use it, yeah.
Yeah, this turn it's not happening. This turn it's stuck. There we go. Switch card into the Mew, and then we'll see the Arven and probably Townstar both get used here.
Yeah.
I guess the question could have been like, was Mew there's an argument maybe to get Greninja and use Rescue Board there. We'll be able to draw 1 card with Mew here before we Squawk if we want, but the Greninja draw power on the follow-up could be greater.
I think the biggest thing is that Mew is just better throughout the game. Like you have so many hands where you might get your hand clogged, like off of an Iono at the end of the game, where it's slightly better. So a double energy, that's huge.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably why he grabbed it. Just like this turn will probably be fine. We will most likely hit what we need to attack. But on the following turns, Mew's a little better on the board. Again, going for the Bravery Charm, I do not really like this. Especially if we're not trying to prime this turn and putting on the Miraidon. All right, now double what's it called is in full swing. We used a switch card. Double Kyurem is in full swing for Ian if we do not go for prime this turn, which we don't want to.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jesse's going to. And we could definitely see a double Kyurem because we can go Kyurem, Raikou Mew Squawk, and even if Jesse switch cards the Raikou, it still dies the Howlucha.
Yep.
So Ian has a guaranteed way to win with double Kyurem. It's not easy to pull off, but it is possible. So
yeah, no E-switch is burned yet, but the one in the hand currently is probably going to go down to the research.
We fez first, try to find a Nest Ball or Ogre Pawn, and then get that. So let's see.
He just has like a pretty good setup here as well. I guess that would be a reason to have not taken the Mew, right? And take Greninja instead would be to not give
it's fine if you leave Bravery Charm in deck, but
that's true. Yeah, all we need to do is save the Bravery Charm as well. So Jesse's extending the Bravery Charm here, which plays around the Radzard knockout, but it's almost just as likely to set up a Radzard knockout on the active as like a Tina knockout with a Drago. It's pretty close.
It is just as likely, right? I mean, I assume. I don't know if the Tina's in the discard, but Radzard is definitely like nicer because you don't lose your energy. But this just seems a little bit giving ourselves a way to lose. We didn't need to lose to, especially because I'm fine to go 2/2/2 with Miraidon. Like if my opponent is knocking out with Radzard and has a Teal Mask in play, and my deck misses a knockout, like my deck is meant to hit it. Okay. Oh, we hit one E switch. We also hit we hit a Nest Ball, but also got a second E switch. So
yeah, the second E switch is not good to hit unless we can get there without using Legacy Star this turn still, which is possible.
we can, right? I mean, if we,
Yeah.
I think all we need to do is discard a Kyurem. It's not that difficult. Oh, bang! There we go. There
And
we
that-
go.
And now it just becomes find the Drago V-Star, which also shouldn't be too difficult off the research. We'll see, though.
Yeah, I agree. That's what we're going for. Also, okay, so Ian benching Fez, obviously he had to, but he's gonna want to. I guess it doesn't really matter. But it's gonna get a little awkward. His bench is pretty tight. If Jesse has the switch card on the Raikou and can knock out an Ogerpon, then Ian is not going to be able to win the game next turn because he needs to have 2 Ogerpon down and Hawlucha. So this is a route. Jesse actually has the Prime Catcher in hand and he can Raikou for the cart. So maybe that will end up happening. So that is the one way, is if the bench gets too clogged. So Ian can play around that with some convoluted energy switch plays, but I'm not sure if he has enough left to do that.
Yeah, it would almost have to be like end up failing the vessel, so not going to thin those energies out of the deck, which I was like debating there. I don't know
Interesting.
where
Yeah.
Ian, Super and Superior were. I think I would like to see the thin out if they were both in there. There's the hit.
I agree.
We'd almost like to need to see like an E switch off of the Ogerpon
Yeah.
EX to like a Radzard this turn.
Yeah, I think we need to see that. I mean, I'm not sure if Jesse will see that play, but
Yeah.
if Jesse, I mean, Jesse could. Like, he's played a lot of the matchups, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Ian probably cannot V-Star this turn. I mean, I don't know if there's like one E-switching deck. Ian could try and play around that play by popping V-Star and getting in like double E-switch off it, but that's pretty scary. You probably want to save it for next turn.
Yeah, definitely. Draw. No
right, no E-switch, so we're not going to have an option, yeah.
All right. The question would be just like, do you go for the Legacy Star here? Of course, if you just mill another E-switch, then you're kind of in trouble.
You can't do it, right? So
Yeah.
and it is pretty bad. Yeah, I assume you just have to go for the Kyurem and pray, but he's probably thinking about it right now.
Yeah. Townstar use here, just
Let's see what's in
assessing
his
what's
deck.
left.
Oh, we have double E switch, so we have actually a really loaded deck.
Yeah, I think like looking
Maybe
through this
it's
now
reasonable to go for it.
with Superior and Super there, I think I would like to have seen Ian thin out those 2 energy maybe before their first research, because we should have enough energy to close out the game. If we find one of those cards, there should be enough. I guess there's no vessels to combo with the Super Rod specifically, though.
Yeah, probably why he left them in there, but I tend to agree to think about it. I mean, leaving the fire in there seems like fine. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, he only has 1 Superior. He does have 22 cards a deck. He's going to see most of them, especially with Legacy Star. But I think he's just trying to reduce the amount of pieces he has to Legacy Star for. Like, I assume that, yeah. I mean, if all you need this turn is a V Star, if we're not trying to hit anything else, then honestly, leaving the energy in deck is fine because it's like less we need next turn. Like drawing them is less we need to find. So,
Yep.
I don't know.
And here it comes, the 110s. And now we need, Prime Switch card here on Jesse's side. I think you said he's got it, right?
Yeah, he's got it. So we'll see what Jesse ends up doing. Oh, there's an Arvin. So I mean, that could let us save our Sealstone.
Yeah.
Even better.
And then you have to KO that Ogerpon with the energy, which means then Ian does not have a way to use Hawlucha and get 3 energy in play.
Yeah.
Now this all could have been, I feel like like for how good of a turn Jesse definitely could have like it still seems like it's in a good spot here for Jesse, but yeah, if Jesse had just held that Bravery Charm, right, would have had.
Yeah, it's just easier. Yeah. I mean, it closes off the line and all. I mean, this line is still closed because of the way that Ian had to play his turn, which is like, it's hard for Ian to get more than that. But if we had that charm left, it wouldn't even be a question. So pop in the bundle. Let's
Get
see.
out of here.
Yeah, I guess. So what do we want to see? I mean, a retreat to Raikou. I mean, I guess if we're committing to Prime Catcher switch card, we can pop the catcher here, which maybe, I guess that looks like Jesse's gonna do. Pop the catcher.
Yeah, then switch card.
I wonder
get
if
that
we
heal
fill our
in.
bench here. Yeah, probably not.
Might be time for Ultra Ball for Greninja. I guess there could be.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't want to. You want like active draw power on board, right? So Dippity wouldn't be good because you could still
Not
see
Fez.
Ian.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Ian could still lock up the board for a turn and not take knockouts. So.
Mhm.
Or Jesse's still thinking about it here.
Cooking.
In.
I mean, yeah, you definitely want to thin your deck as much as possible. Turning that means we won't get a ninja draw this turn unless we find another energy. But it's probably fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess are we? Yeah, I don't.
Oh, he's leaning
Oh,
towards
going for the
Fez
Dippity.
here.
It's a little bit scary. I mean, if Jesse is not going for switch card this turn, then this could makes sense. But surely he is going for switch card this turn.
That's what we're hoping
So
for.
yeah, like if he doesn't, maybe he's just I don't know. If you don't, I think you still take Ninja because Ian's gonna pass until he wins the game. But we'll see. He's played Miraidon a lot more than me, so let's see what the Miraidon man is thinking. All right, we're Arvining here. I'd like a switch card. That would be if we're gonna play. If we're doing this, we should Prime Catcher into Raikou first, draw a card.
Yeah.
Maybe we hit the switch card.
Yeah, and Jesse is like deep in thought here, so I think I assume he sees the play here. There's the switch card grab, yeah, because he's like wants
yeah, he sees it good,
yeah. The fleet-footed first, definitely I think missed that step there, but not super consequential. And like the Dippity draw seems a little bit weird because I guess what Miraidon are we going to attack with here? Do we attack with the one without the Bravery Charm? Because I guess we don't want to give Ian the option to punch us with Radzard and not take a knockout, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna Dragapult probably, but yes, I agree. I think definitely we want to use the charm.
Yeah, well, we might not be able to get to the Dragapult would be the big thing, right? Like the Radzard just needs one energy at this point to attack.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. That's what I realized after I said he's gonna Dragapult. I was like, well, it's harder to do. So, and he also wants to Iono Jesse. Oh! No, he doesn't see it. Oh no!
So he sees the switch card play here, but he does
not see the bench space.
Yeah. Gives Ian the extra bench space to work with now while keeping the second Ogerpon in play, or just the energy on the Ogerpon.
Yeah, the energy on the Ogerpon's and the Ogerpon in play are the big thing. Oh boy. Okay, so are we fleet-footed? Come on, let's draw a card. Did we fleet-footed?
No, I don't think we fleet-footed yet. It's open here.
We're mewing first. Okay, I see. Yeah.
We have the switch card, so we should fleet-foot it first because we have the switch card, right? Because we could play the card that we draw.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wait, no, wait. Oh, I guess so. Yeah. You're right. No, you're right. Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I like fleet-footing first because we're always going to switch card. You're right.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe Jesse knows there's no playable cards left in the deck. That'd be like the only reason it doesn't make a difference one way or the other.
Sure, if it was literally 100%, but it seems helpful. Yeah, so here we go. We're going for the kill on the Fez. Also, we could have done this with Raikou, I think. Maybe no, we didn't generate it this turn. So, or maybe I don't know. I don't know if we generated this turn. I think we did. If we did, we attached it. We could have killed with Raikou, which I don't know if it's better or worse, but no, we have to switch cut the Raikou. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Jesse playing around the Radzard hit to not get a KO, but I think that's what Ian would want. If Ian can't win the game here, just Radzard punching the active but not taking a knockout is actually what Ian wants here.
Yeah, I agree. But okay, these energies are giving him now a way he can win without what's it called? Finding Rod. All he needs is a fire energy. Is Hawlucha in the deck? Let's see.
Yeah.
Hawlucha's in there. All right. So we have. I think Ian is in a pretty good spot. His deck is pretty loaded. So all we need is a fire. E-switch fire. Hawlucha. There it is. That's the game.
I think that's it.
That is the game.
Still has the legacy star. Yeah, a little bit of a misstep there from Jesse. It was definitely a complex line to realize everything in the moment, but it was there. It was there for Jesse to limit Ian. Then Ian's play has to become some kind of Iono 2-turn setup, right?
Yeah, it's just so hard. I mean, also, especially Jesse could have benched Greninja there, and Greninja plus Mew is so much live draw. Yep. Like Ian's not going to take a knockout. Not having Prime Catcher left is annoying, but you definitely put yourself in a good spot as opposed to giving Ian the chance to win that. So, well, is it what 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1. Ian up with that dub. Was that the game where they both like whiffed on the first turn? Or was that the last game?
No, this game Jesse attacked, but he benched all the guys and Bravery Charmed his Miraidon.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, all right. So over to Jesse now.
Yeah, because Jesse went second that game, turn one attack. That was the game, where Ian decided not to put the E-switch, and then it was really good.
Yeah. So we'll stay on with Ian here, because I'm assuming Jesse is going second here. That's why I really love doing these things, because like the high level game, like it's possible like Jesse could play at the World Championships, like there's a lot of good players at Worlds, but like Ian is one of the best players in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Like those little mistakes that like Jesse made wouldn't punish him against a lot of players in the game, even at the World Championships, even like getting towards his run where he like ended up in top 8. But these little plays can make such a big deal when you like just get two very good players playing against each other who know their decks very well. You're still going to see mistakes on both sides, but it really like shows the depth of Pokemon.
Yeah, what I'm more confused about, honestly, is the Bravery Trump grab. I feel like that one is
Yeah.
like the. I think that the switch, like the play with like the limiting the bench. I realized that more because I played Drago a lot in the matchup, so I know that's a play Miraidon can do. So I'm kind of scared of that. The Bravery Charm one seems a little bit more like he would recognize that as a Miraidon, as the Miraidon connoisseur. So I'd be curious, maybe he's really scared of the Radzard knockout. Maybe he knows that could take the tempo away, but
Yeah.
seems from my perspective that opening up a Kyurem when you're taking the first two is it's a little bit worse. But
Yeah, maybe he was confident
here
that
we
the
go.
switch cart would be enough. Like he was keeping around one way, right, to deal with the Kirim
Sure,
Kirim.
sure.
So he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna extend this because I also want to play around the Radzard play of just being like, well, for the situation, just swing with Radzard here is just still pretty good, right?"
Mhm. All right, Ian ends up nest balling for Ogre Pond, and he's now going to go Ultra Ball nest ball, or Ultra Ball Squawk. I assume Drago V, and
Yeah, I
get
don't
a
know
good
if
turn cooking.
it felt like it was this had to be a Squawk situation. I feel like just committing Squawk first before drawing with Ogerpon felt a little bit better
Well,
there.
oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, for some reason I thought that going draw with Ogre Pond allowed us to Ultra Ball twice, but we could have just Ultra Ball away the grass.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I'm also not. I mean, grabbing Ogre Pond is probably fine. We're grabbing Ogre Pond Drago.
I guess
I also don't hate just grabbing double Drago here. This is kind of the situation that I was talking about where if Jesse attacks on turn one with a Prime Catcher, like if he uses his V Star, it's not that big a deal. And so I almost would like double Drago on the bench, especially because we have so much search down. Double Ultra Ball Nest Ball.
yeah.
We'll probably hit a Drago V, but if we don't, it could get bad.
Yeah, I guess like the thing that you could there's a second Drago there. Think about here from Ian was just like, I want to Ogerpon first to find more basics, right? Like don't use the Ultra Balls yet.
Sure.
Find more basics, go from there. Ian does have to burn the stretcher here to get the attachment for turn, but yeah, pretty solid turn one going first here for Ian.
I guess do you Nest Ball for Radzard? I'm kind of down.
Ooh.
I kind of would like to not let him bundle.
Yeah, bundle's kind of broken. Taking that away would be pretty nice. Ian decides no,
Okay.
though.
Did not. And this hand is all right.
Yeah.
I mean, this Raikou start is good, but it also forces us, if we want to use this board, into benching Luminion, because we need a Sealstone target. But let's see what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably going to happen here, right? We're probably going to go for the Arven off the Luminion, which gives us the rescue board to the Raikou, but still gives us access to the 4 Sealstone.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll probably see Squawkabilly make an appearance. But yeah, Iron Bundle is online. You never want to give your opponent Iron Bundle. Giving your opponent Iron Bundle always feels terrible. So yeah, it was
It's just
interesting
like one
from
less
Ian.
dust they need to do.
Yeah, it was interesting from Ian for sure. Like you have the attachment for turn to the Drago, so you don't need double Ogerpon next turn. You do lose access to like Mew and Pheasantipity potentially. And I guess the other play available to Jesse here, which probably feels worse than just attacking with Miraidon, is the possibility of the Iron Hands. But you would need to put down Zapdos and get double turbo.
Yeah. No, that's just terrible. Like if that happened, then Ian would just like not kill the hands and Jesse would just lose. Like he would just go Dragapult and like surely Jesse would not be able to do anything.
Well, I guess
I don't know.
With the Squawk on the bench, you couldn't completely ignore the hands, right? That's still kind of scary because then it's just a gust for. You don't need the triple prize card turn, and in fact, you'd maybe only draw 2 to avoid Iono to 1. But then it could be
and then you're trying to boss again. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's so many resources down where Jesse probably won't hit it. I mean, maybe it's not that difficult. Maybe we could have hit the hands. I don't know. Maybe it seems like there's a lot of resources and a lot of bench space, though.
Yeah, I guess like while we're here and we can use bundle, we should probably use bundle, right? If we're in a forced prime catcher situation, then hands feels a little better.
If Radzard was down, it would not be terrible, I guess. So what? We have Raikou, Miraidon, Hands, Zapdos. We have 2 more bench spots. One of them is Luminion, Squawk. We have no bench spots left then, I think.
Yeah,
which is kind of scary. Yeah. But we have Prime Catcher left, like you said, so actually seems pretty reasonable to go for and pray.
Yeah.
But we're living in the present where there is a Miraidon on the bench that is probably going to bundle blow up something.
It always feels. I hate having to Arven before Squawk because I hate taking a generator out of my deck before I've drawn the cards with Billy.
I agree.
So bad.
It's so lame. Okay, so we're going for the second Dawn, which we've seen Jesse consistently do. Just double Dawn on the board.
Yep.
Recognizing we're going to need a lot of Gust this game. A lot of Miraidons attacking with Gust this game. All right.
One.
That's huge. That is huge.
You still have the 4 Sealstone and the Squawk draw, but we need to find Iron Bundle or Prime. Ideally, the Iron Bundle plus another energy here well, or another generator.
I mean, Iron Bundle is just so much better. Like if we Prime, Ian's in a good spot. At least in a pretty good spot. But if we bundle, it's not looking great. Oh, we hit nothing.
Yikes.
It's nothing. This hand is horrible.
This is bad. What do you even do here? All right, got the Brave Charm. Is this a... He used this alchemy, so I assume we're doing something here. But should this have been... Maybe not pass. Maybe, do you just get Greninja and start drawing cards?
I would have passed. I think I would have passed.
Yeah.
I might have Miraidon for Zapdos and passed. But I think I would have done that.
Yeah. The only other thing I can think about here is taking Greninja. Like, you could just grab Greninja to start to build on that. You have like 4 energy in your hand. Like,
Jesse used to talk to me, and now he's like, "What do I take?" You see him like moving his cards back and forth. Like he's like, "This is so terrible." What's the plan here, guys?
this is pretty bad.
I don't know. This is really bad. Passing was probably better than wasting Star Alchemy because we're not killing this Kyurem, right? Like we are certainly passing. So I don't know. I would have been down to retreat into Zapdos and pass.
Yeah. Is there any lightnings? There's no. We couldn't even motivate here. There's not even a. I guess you could have gone Luminion.
Ultra Ball.
Yeah, that would have been.
No. We attached, right? We attached, right? Sure. Did we?
We did attach return already. That is true. Yeah, so we couldn't get it over there. Yeah, this is not looking good for Jesse at all.
The
concede.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta hope.
I feel like tandem unit for Zapdos retreat pass was like not that bad. Like Ian has Prime Catcher down. He has to V-Star for Prime Catcher, which he might do, but then there's a chance. Like he's probably going to V-Star for Prime Catcher, but there's a chance that we don't.
At least force it out of him, right?
Then. Yeah.
I feel like we also have to leave the Raikou in the active because I feel like at this point you're hoping Ian has a terrible turn. Jesse's going all in though. That's a swing.
Oh please don't! Oh, this seems bad.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Oh my gosh!
This does
also,
open up.
We attached the charm again.
That is true.
Oh,
we did attach the charm again.
True.
The hands for 3 is live here, but Kaewin Kyurem with Miraidon instead of Raikou feels really, really bad.
Jesse's in the trenches right now. He really wants to slam that concede. Oh my gosh.
I appreciate him sticking it out a little bit longer, but I do have a feeling a couple turns from now. Oh, draw from Ian.
No, this has got to be enough. He has Serendipity. He has 1 draw. I guess he has no E switches. He needs a single E switch.
That would actually be crazy if Ian whiffs all E switch.
Are there attackers in his discard pile?
He has Dragapult, which is I think good enough here, right?
Yeah, he just he has Kyurem. Kyurem is like pretty good too, right?
Oh, true. Especially if we don't burn much.
Yeah, it can be like the same situation as last game. We can Kyurem because there's a charm on the active. He also only took 1 prize card, like you said. It does open up hands, but it's not great. Okay, 4 cards. Do we see an E-switch? Okay, we get so many cards here. Okay, no E-switch yet.
Okay.
Till dance. Okay, do we want a Nest Ball for a
another Ogerpon?
I don't know. Yeah.
I wonder how many E-switch are prize. That's what I'm questioning at this point. Just into the Legacy
Star. Okay, we got one.
Okay.
All right, so it did Jesse use a switch card last turn? No, right? So we can't cure him this turn.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't remember because if he used the switch card, we can cure him. If he didn't,
did Tina get discarded there or no?
I don't think so. I don't think there were any Pokemon discarded, but I could be wrong.
It probably has to be an attack with Dragapult here, which is fine. But I'm curious then, if we're attacking with Dragapult here, I feel like taking the Prime Catcher instead of the Iono felt a little bit better. But I guess we have the boss in the hand. But for boss, we're not Ionoing to begin with.
This is... All right, so like the only way that Jesse's going to... I guess that... What? So Ian's... Yeah, I look like the Prime Catcher and just try to win in 3 turns and say... Jesse's not gonna 4 energy hands your Squawk, right? You go boss next turn, take 2, put 60, and then the other turn boss knock out the Miraidon that has 260.
Because now Jesse,
seems, honestly, I don't mind that.
Jesse could go Prime KO Dippity into hands KO Squawk, right?
Yep, that's what we're going for, and it's like pretty. Now it's like not okay. That makes it better.
Oh my gosh, we got the Prime and we got the hands double turbo in the hand.
Yeah. All we need is the boss and the generator next turn. I guess the question is, are we? I mean, you have to slam hands double. Do you slam hands double turbo?
Ian took Iono, so I think we have to, right?
Yeah, I agree. We get a card off this Raikou, get to knock out this Serendipity, or it's always Serendipity. Get to knock out this Serendipity, and maybe from the jaws of defeat, we can snatch back the victory. I mean, this game also, not that it's a big deal, but if Jesse held Sealstone. We could have Sealstone on board here.
Yeah.
Because we got generator which hit for 1, so maybe we would keep that. I don't know. It would be a question.
Yeah, we would have. Yeah, we could
But
have just because we could have.
held
Yeah,
we
we
could
would
have
have
held
been there, right?
Sealstone and then
Yeah.
attached for turn to Miraidon, and so then we would have had that on board. We wouldn't have got this double turbo in the hands, but I think having the Sealstone overall is a little bit better.
Yeah. So I guess now for Ian, the question is, what do you even do? We don't have the prime. We could just boss hands, punch it, and not take a knockout, right? Would that be good enough?
Oh, we could. Okay, so right now we have. If, can we set up a? Can we cure him for 4 next turn ever? Like, or sorry, do we have? Can we ever set up 4 things into cure range? The active's in cure range, the squawk's in cure range. If we boss the hands, or maybe we just go boss Raikou kill 6 on Luminion. That's pretty scary though. I don't like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't want to give the bench space. So I think just bossing hands
yeah.
almost makes the most sense here.
Yeah, yeah, it seems fine. Jesse needs a lot. Switch cart, boss, generator. Yeah. If he just goes like Arvin for switch cart, you're in a pretty good spot. The hands has damage on it. Okay, yeah, this is the same thing. Sorry, boss punch hands, 6 on Luminion, and then we have 4 things that are in Kyurem range. So
yeah,
Jesse needs a lot, and he has to switch cart the hands, which doesn't even take it out of Kyurem range. So I think that's pretty much guaranteed for Ian if he goes for the boss pult. Unless I'm missing something, unless Ian has Jesse has the nuts in his hand, which obviously he does not. Although maybe Ian will be scared. Ian could be scared of the switch cart boss. Attach Egen for 1. That's what he's looking at.
Yeah. What would you even do then? I guess you at that point you have to take a knockout as Ian, right? Or I guess you could go for a Kyurem into Kyurem. You could go like Iono
You
Kyurem.
could. If he has switch left, he might be going for that actually.
But don't hate the idea of that, to be honest.
Oh wait, how many? Oh, I didn't see the E switches in the deck. I assume there's a good amount though.
Yeah, there was at least 2 in there, I think.
Okay, yeah.
That seems.
I mean, you can also
reasonable.
Iono Kyurem attack with like Ogre Pawn is good enough, right? Okay, now we're going for the boss in the hands. Yeah, okay.
I didn't see what Jesse had in the hand. I guess when we get back over there, we'll see. But I don't think
it is terrible. It is not. it is truly awful. Oh wait, what? Is this good? This has to be worse than Luminion, right?
Well, now we could. I guess can we switch cart the Squawkabilly ever? I guess the answer is no, right? Because we have to switch cart the Squawkabilly at this point. And this opens up like a Hawlucha play, I guess. Is the Kyurem? I assume the Kyurem's in the discard pile as well, I believe.
We killed it.
Okay. Oh, true. Yeah. We have a fleet-footed. Oh, we're just like a piece short, to be honest. The fleet-footed could get us a piece.
I mean, if we fleet-footed into a cart, then I think Ian can't win the next turn unless he can Dragapult for game. There'd be 60 HP left on the active. And yeah, I don't think Ian can win if we get cart. So if we fleet-footed into cart, I think the game does not end.
We'd have to cart the Billy?
Yeah, Billy or Miraidon, one of them will. Okay, no. But if we do the Billy, then we can't get Kyurem, so it would have to be that. Yeah, but now the game is over. So
yeah, it should be over here. I think Ian's got it. Kyurem's in the discard pile. There was a opportunity, but
yeah, it was possible. I think if we hit the card, maybe how Lucha still would have gotten there. I'm not sure. We have to. The Squawk gets out of Kyurem range, then we go kill Raikou, but we'd 6 on hands, and then maybe it's fine anyways if Ian has a boss, but Ian doesn't have a boss, I guess. So,
yeah,
maybe it was better, but I don't know. I would have liked the 6 on the fish, but it's over. Ian has taken the 3-1 victory. Wow. So who knows what would have happened? What would have happened?
Yeah, 3-1 victory in the end here with the Kyurem attack. Going after the handsome Rod and the Squawk. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, this game, that draw for Jesse was bad, right? Was it off the Squawk? It was off the Squawk, right?
It was the Squawk. He squawked into like 4 energy, hands something else. But I mean, I still would have liked, like we talked about, maybe just passing, leaving the Sealstone up, like not killing the Kyurem, and then also what's it called? We could have held the Bravery Charm. That could have made it a little bit more difficult. Like maybe if we hold the Charm, Ian has to take a different line. So just two things. Not sure how it would have played out differently, but overall, we have Ian taking the win.
Yeah, and I think we really if we really want to talk about like plays that could have been done differently, it was really that big play from game 3, right?
3. That's a change, a huge change. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse could have gone with the chase down of the chase down of that Ogerpon with the grass energy on it. Remove that from play, and then there's no possible way that Ian could win on the next turn. You still would have to pull together a 2-price turn on the following turn from Jesse, but it was definitely had a solid shot to get there.
Yeah, it just needs a boss pretty much, I think. Maybe an attachment, but just a boss. So yeah, or like we talked about, I mean, holding the Bravery Charm. I mean, that was a few turns before, so that wasn't an immediate thing on the board, but holding a Bravery Charm would have also given him the ability to stall the Cure and play out from Ian. Playing that, like we said, around Radzard, but maybe it was better to give ourselves insurance against Cure. So
yeah, that's a big one as well, I guess, because then you can, and the town store stuck, so that could have found your Bravery Charm, and then that would open up. That would open up the possibility of your Arven to get something else, right? To build up to a board where you had more possibilities to close out the game.
Yeah, I'd be interested, like, in asking Jesse about that play, because that was a play he consistently did. Like, he consistently went for the charm on the Miraidon. I think he did it against me whenever I played him. He did it against Ian, I think, multiple games, instead of holding it to play on the Kieran play, which we saw happen both those games. So I'd be interested in wondering, I mean, obviously it's against the Radzard, but what exactly he was scared of with doing that. Obviously it is Radzard, but maybe there's something else I'm not thinking of.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're definitely trying to play around the Radzard in the situation. Don't give him the Radzard play. But yeah, it depends. I think it depends on just how to set up your board state, especially if Squawk's in play, right? Because if Squawk's in play, that means you have access to the Raikou for 2 prizes, which means your energy, the energy on your Miraidons is less relevant. When as soon as you get access to Miraidon for Raikou for 2, it definitely changes things a little bit. Jesse was in chat and said, "Yeah, I wasn't respecting Kirim as much as I should." Yeah, I think it definitely was something in Jesse's play, but I mean I'm sure something Jesse's going to work on. I would be surprised if Jesse didn't play Miraidon at Baltimore, so I'm sure that's something he's going to work on. Drago's still going to probably be pretty popular.
I'm about to hit Jesse in round 8 again, and he's gonna hit me with a Bravery Charm on the Squawk, and it's just over. I'm not going back. There's no way.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, shout out to our players for showing up. It was a fun match. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Ian. We're not gonna do any kind of interviews here at the end, but I'm gonna give time for Bradner. Shout out anything you want to, once again, like you did at the beginning, before I let you go here.
Yeah, definitely. Just another shout out. My Twitter is Isaiah Bradner. Go follow me there. I'm going to plan to stream on Twitch starting sometime this month. So Bradner Blastoise is my Twitch account. And then also, if you enjoyed listening to my Regidrago commentary, I am doing a masterclass on Regidrago where I will teach you how to put the deck, my list, talk through a bunch of tech cards. So you can find that on the link on my Twitter page. And then I also offer coaching. It's on Metafy. I think it's actually restricted on Metafy right now because I was in school, but you can send me a message on there and we can work something out. So thanks so much again, Azul, for having me on. Really enjoyed it.
Of course. Thanks for being here. It was fun. And yeah, chat, I'm going to let Bradner go and switch back over to regularly scheduled programming. All right. See you, bud.
Sounds good. See you, Azul.